Hi there. My name is Meenakshi Kandasamy and I'm also known as Smiley Meenu on social media. Very good afternoon to all of you. How are you all doing? I know that this MCO or rather the lockdown has made a lot of differences in our lives. Yes. But nevertheless, let's look at everything in a positive lens and then we will see where we are going towards in the future. Well, I'm here just to share a little bit of my thoughts on this huge pandemic that is called coronavirus or COVID 19 and how it has affected me and how I reflect it in the humanity aspects. Well, first of all, when I initially got to know, like all of you, that we were all going to go on a restricted movement or rather a lockdown, yes, truly speaking, I was anxious. I was very worried because I was wondering how am I actually going to just sit at home and try to work from home, try to do everything but just being at home. Then again, I said, well, me being a holistic person, I decided to reflect on everything by observing whatever that I was going through my environment and through my thoughts. So I did some reflection and I realized Mother Nature has been crying out her pain for many times in many different years. We don't have to go very far, just go maybe 10 years or 15 years ago. If we realize the first thing that affected a lot of us was the tsunami. Yes, it affected Indonesia, India, Sri Lanka, and so many other countries. At that point of time, I do know that lots of people came on board, lots of humans from different parts of the world came and reached out for help. Then, when I look back a little bit more, and I said there were lots of other disasters like floods, there were earthquakes, then there was typhoon, so many other disasters. So during disasters, what happens is it creates a crisis, and during crisis, the human race comes together. But it only comes for a particular time period. And when I realized once the whole event is over, or rather when everything has been cleared, we all go back to our normal lives. But this time, pandemic COVID 2019 or COVID 19 has actually impacted the entire world, whereby the whole world is on a lockdown, literally. And it only means that Mother Nature has roared very loud and clear, saying that she needs a break. She needs a break to heal so that we, who are her children, who live on this Mother Earth or planet, we will also be fine. Why? Because I look at nature compared to the many months ago, and now it's totally different. I just have to open up my windows and I see out there, it's like I've never seen cotton clouds so much in my life on an everyday scale. There's so much of fresh air, so many birds flying around. There are birds that I've never seen for a long time, butterflies, squirrels running around in my garden. So, a lot of things that I see is so different now after the lockdown. And I definitely think that the whole universe is actually healing so much more than before. And of course, when we look at social media, we don't have to say every day we get some news, but focusing on the positive news. There were so many animals coming out, sleeping on roads, and they were so free, not afraid of human beings, not afraid of being hunted. So many things were happening, so many changes were happening. And of course, the latest one that I just saw, maybe most of you know, is that the scientists feel and they have seen the results and they've shown the results that the ozone layers have healed completely. So, what does this mean? It only means that nothing nothing happens with no reason, but everything happens for a reason. So, as much as we feel insecure, because right now, yes, all of us are having difficult times with businesses, some people are losing jobs. There are a lot of things that's going to happen for a while because that is part of the healing process. So, why? Because we as human beings, we have all caused some sort of damage and we are just paying back for it. But then again, every time something happens, yes, we do lose lives, and that's not an easy thing to digest. It's not something that we want, but it's just part of the process. So, now looking back, I realize this particular pandemic, I am seeing humanity rising up like it has never been before. And when I say humanity, I mean that it's just human race beyond differences. We keep all our differences aside and we're just looking at each other to help one another so that we all get over this whole COVID 19. And what comes along with humanity is compassion and kindness. Nobody is now working on, oh, is this person rich? Is this person poor? Is he dark? Is he fair? Is he whatever his status is? Everybody is just coming on board to make sure we help each other, we pull up each other, we uplift one another during this crisis. Yes, I call this a crisis because everybody doesn't actually know when the vaccine is coming or how is it going to help. Nobody knows. We're just going day by day. And I do need to say my special gratitude to all the frontliners around the world, where it could be from the doctors, nurses, research and develop uh, individuals. It could be from the cleaners to ambulance drivers to the police to the army to every single person, including the social workers who are looking out for the poor, who are feeding the hunger. So, see, everybody is doing their part. And yes, I must also say thank you to each and every one of you because you're taking care of your families. You may not be the ones who can go out and do some service out there, but serving your family is also service. Service to mankind with love is humanity. So, when I look at this entire pandemic, I think it's happening because it wants us to realize that there are things that we need to change. And change is not a bad thing, it is actually a good thing. If you ask me, I would say change is always a good thing. It is actually a transformation for us, transforming our minds, transforming our thoughts, and just making sure we walk on a right path. And sometimes new things can be challenging, but it will always be for the good for us. So, with that, I just want you to remember that none of you out there are alone in this fight. We are all in this together. Human beings around the world are in it together. Let's pray together. Let's stay together. Stay positive. Clear your mind. Do whatever you want to do right now with your family. Spend a lot of quality time. Replan, rethink, reorganize your life. And by the time the lockdowns are uplifted, life is going to be different. It's going to be the new normal, but it's going to be definitely a wonderful journey hereafter. So let's come together. And I just want you to remember love, peace, and unity begins with all of us. So stay strong, stay at home, cherish every moment, send your gratitude, and you will see life really, really beautiful. May God bless all of you and all the very best. Thank you. See ya.